This is the video on the secondary lymphoid organs. There are several organs associated with the immune system. The primary lymphoid organs are the bone marrow, where the T cells and B cells are produced, and the thymus, where the T cells mature. Both the B cells and the T cells can easily move from the vascular system to the tissues and back to the vascular system again. The lymphocytes move from the blood to the spleen, skin, pharynx, gut, lung, and lymph nodes as part of their protective function and provide maximum contact with the antigen-presenting cells. The secondary lymphoid organs are the lymph nodes, the spleen, and a group of tissues called the Mucosa-Associated tissues. Lymph nodes respond to antigens brought to them from the tissues they drain. Lymph nodes are placed in groups throughout the body so that the lymph from those parts of the body drain through the nodes via the lymphatics as the fluid returns to the vascular system by the thoracic duct. Just like there are afferent and efferent blood vessels, there are afferent and efferent lymphatics. Afferent arrive at the lymph node and the efferents exit the lymph node. The naive T cells enter the nodes through the blood vessels and exit the node through the efferent lymphatics. Effector T cells and memory cells enter the tissues at the site of infection and travel to the lymph node through the afferent lymphatics along with the antigens and dendritic cells. The afferent lymphatics enter the lymph node along the outer edge into the lymphatic sinus. A series of lobular tissues form germinal centers that spread around the cortex of the lymph node. These centers become activated by antigens and the B memory cells rapidly generate. The center of the lymph node has a medullary sinus. This area drains the lymph and is the site for antibody production by the plasma cells. The T cell area in the lymph node is called the paracortex, between the lymphatic and medullary sinus. The spleen is a retroperitoneal organ located on the left side of the abdomen behind the stomach and contains both B cells and T cells. The spleen consists of red pulp and white pulp. The red pulp has a network of fibers that blood passes through to enter the venous sinusoids. This is where old RBCs are removed. The white pulp is where the white blood cells migrate to mature. Blood vessels entering the spleen pass through lymphoid sheaths filled with T cells. Lying on the sides of these sheaths are the B cell areas called lymphoid follicles, which contain germinal centers. The region between the lymphoid follicle and the red pulp is called the marginal zone. The third arm of the secondary lymphoid organs are the Mucosa-Associated lymphoid tissues, or MALT. The gut-associated lymphoid tissues, GALT, is either organized or diffuse. The organized tissues are known as Peyer's patches, which allow antigens to pass into specialized membrane cells for attachment to the dendritic cells. Other less organized cells line the mucosa and do the same activity. Other MALT tissues are found in the salivary glands, the pharynx, the breast, and the lungs. The skin has its own cells, called Langerhans cells, or dermal dendritic cells, that can take up antigens entering the skin and is called the skin-associated lymphoid tissue, or SALT. The secondary lymphoid organs are important structures for the capture of antigens, the maturation of immune cells, storage of plasma and memory cells, and as a defense for antigens entering the body.